All right, let's have an important conversation right now. I got a call from a client a few days ago worried about overwriting a file on accident. They were concerned that they would have to rework the entire file. They called me up and said, hey, you set up some backup, so what do we do? So yeah, they had a good backup plan. We were able to recover the file and actually have no loss in data. She got everything back that she needed. It did remind me though that we should talk about how you're backing up your data. Do you have a backup plan? Or if your company were to get hit with ransomware, what would you do? What about data corruption or even a natural disaster? How would you get your data back? So let's talk about that. As we begin, I do want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, as it really does support me in creating more content like this to help your business succeed. If you do want to continue this conversation, go ahead and drop a comment in the comments below. Let me know what your backup plan is, if you already have one or not. I also do stream every Sunday and Thursday night, and you can find me on Twitch where we can chat about your backup plan, some stories that you might have, which I'm going to share a couple in this video. And whether they're good or bad, whether you got data back or you didn't. So I'd love to hear those stories, either in a comment or live on Twitch. So let's go ahead and jump in. So first off, if you already have a backup plan, put your left hand in the air, give that thing a high five. Nice job. It's super important and it's overlooked a lot of times. And if you do have one, let me know in the comment below what you use. I love to hear about new ones or other solutions that may be out there. Sorry guys, I'm gonna interrupt for a minute. I want you to know that I had this whole video recorded and it ended up being way over 20 minutes. And I know you don't want to sit there for 20 minutes. So I did break it up into two videos. If you're watching this video, you're gonna be talking about the more automated solution in backing up. The other video talks about like backing up to an external drive, and you can check that in the link right here. Yeah, this video is covering the automated backups of your computer that backs them up every 15 minutes, which is phenomenal. And it costs less than 2 cups of coffee. So let's go ahead and jump into that again. Back to our pre-recorded schedule. Here you guys go. All right, now that you know how to back up to an external drive, we get to talk about my favorite solution. So I've been using this solution personally for about 10 years now. And I think it's phenomenal. And here at NextTech Consultants, we use it for all of our clients. The application we use is called Code 42 or CrashPlan. So I've installed it on all of my computers that are being backed up, because as a user, you can install on up to 4 devices. So I have it on my desktop, my laptop, and my wife's computer. We're backing up about 1 terabyte to 1.5 terabytes of data ourselves. But I have some clients that back up over 20 terabytes with one user. Now it's story time. So I had a client call once and they called me, and what she said was, so I think I made a mistake. I was trying to clean up some files and I deleted a QuickBooks folder. Then I emptied the trash, but I tried to open QuickBooks again and it couldn't find my QuickBooks file. So I was happy to hear that she was cleaning up her files, but she ended up deleting her entire QuickBooks data. So it was one of those moments where the client just kind of panicked and called me, which was great because I knew they had CrashPlan installed. And we were able to log into CrashPlan and restore the file directly back on the computer. So within 5 or 10 minutes, we restored all the files and she was able to get back up and running. The best part is she doesn't have to remember to click back up. She didn't even remember it was there. It was just backing up, and it backed up every 15 minutes. So she lost no data, because at the time that she was deleting files, it had made a backup of the data and we were able to restore it and lose nothing, which is phenomenal. I was super excited. So the licensing for CrashPlan is paid on a per user basis, and each user, you get unlimited storage, backup up to 4 devices per user. So I have some clients that use this and they back up a few different computers in their office with just 1 user license. They have unlimited file revision history, so you can keep file revision history for years out. They have continuous backups that run every 15 minutes. And there's also backup alerts, whether you choose to have them on or not. So all of this is literally only $10 per month per user. So So I'm going to show you how this solution works and how easy it is to install. But if you want to use it, you can just send us an email at support@nexttechconsultants.com with how many users you'd like to purchase, and we'll send you a quote and we'll get you all set up. We'll get you an automated billing. We'll get your user account set up so you can just log in, install it, following these instructions that we're about to go through. So let's hop in and get started. All right, the first thing we're gonna do to get the CrashPlan app installed is we're gonna go to crashplan.com/console because we have to download the app. So we're gonna go ahead and put in our email. And then we're gonna put in our password. And sign in. So you're gonna get that. This will be what it looks like to you. So you have, hey, you have no megabytes backed up right now, no activity. But we're gonna go ahead and click on app downloads and choose the version for you. Just so you know, the Mac and Windows version, they're basically the same in the steps to get it installed. So go ahead and choose which one you need and download to your device. Now that it's downloaded, we're gonna click on it and we're gonna run through the install process. So we're gonna click next. You're gonna say, unless this is a very specific use case where you really only wanna back up your user, I typically choose everybody, all users. Go ahead and click next, install it to default location and click install. You're gonna get a pop-up because you're installing it for every user and you're gonna have to have admin privileges to do that. So go ahead and click yes there. All right, now that it's done installing, the app is ready to go. So we're gonna type in your email, the same one you logged into the website with. And then we're not gonna put in our password next. This actually says server address. So we're gonna type in the server address. And if you're using the console through one of my installs, your server address is gonna be central.crashplan.com:4443. The link to that is in the description below. There'll be information there in case it's hard to read or you couldn't hear that. So go ahead and click continue. And now we put in our password and click continue. And sometimes it does take a second to auth into the server. So just be patient and let it auth in. Once it does, all you have to do now is click add destination. You're gonna back up to the cloud and click save. Now it's gonna scan your computer and choose the files. Here's the next one last part is you're gonna click manage files and you're gonna choose what you want to back up. So for me, I actually wanna go to C and I wanna back up everything in users. So I'm gonna click that to where it's a check mark instead of a line through it. So this will allow you to back up everything in your users folder, whether a new folder is added or not, this will back it up. If you shouldn't do this, but if you do store something in your C drive, go ahead and select that folder also. Let's say you have an external drive that's always attached or a data drive that you want to back up also. Go and click back to the desktop and check that data drive. So for me, I have a D drive and everything in there is data. So I go ahead and check that and make sure that it always backs up also. One thing that's really important to note here though, so I'm gonna come in here to the users folder where Dropbox is. If you have Dropbox or Google Drive or any of those, in order for those to be backed up, you do have to select them to be in offline file mode. So make sure if you're using Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Drive, make sure that if you want your files to be backed up with CrashPlan, you have to have them in offline mode, or else it's just an index of the files and there's nothing to back up, so it can't do it. If you have a question about that, go ahead and drop a comment below and I'm happy to answer it, or even reply with a video link that'll show you how to do it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and click save and we'll be done. What you'll notice is it's gonna scan your computer for files. At this point, you're really done. It's gonna back up. You selected your destination, you selected your files, you can close it, and now you can forget about it and it'll back up everything. It's that easy and we're done. And if it doesn't back up, like I said, you'll get alerts and you'll know. So you can just open up the app again and check and see what's going on. But that very rarely happens unless you put your computer to sleep or turn it off. So this is it. That easy, that simple, and we're done. All right, like I mentioned, guys, once that's installed, it's gonna run in the background and it's gonna back up your files every 15 minutes. And if it stopped working, like I mentioned, there are alerts that will be sent to you in an email. You get alerts for 3 days not working and an alert for 7 days not working. This is really the easiest solution in the software that here at NextTech Consultants we use for both our personal use and we recommend to all of our clients. So like I said, go ahead and send us an email and we'll get you set up so you can use CrashPlan too and ensure your data is secure. All right, and thank you again so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Now, if you don't use this backup solution or the other backup solution that I've suggested, go let me know what you use in the comments below, but please do me a favor and yourself a favor and choose some sort of backup solution, no matter what it is. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button. It really does support my channel so I can continue to make videos like this to help support your business. But yeah, again, thank you so much for joining me and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.